Thank you very much. Celebrate him. Celebrate him. You're welcome, sir.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm very excited to be here. Please can you celebrate yourself one more time? Amazing. The room is full of great leaders, and I'm so excited to be sharing the stage with these phenomenal speakers who are contributing immensely to our communities. I'll be speaking to us shortly about something I believe is very important to the people in this room, the value code. How mindsets, excellence, and connections elevate personal and collective growth. Growth is something I'm very passionate about, but I'm tempted to wonder, what is growth? I love to define growth as a process of development over a period of time. Now I've introduced another word called time. What's time? Time is a constant. Every one of us has 24 hours in a day. True or false? It means whether we like it or not, our growth will always be measured, whether negative growth or positive growth. For the people in this room, my conversation to us this morning is how our mindsets can elevate growth. I learned something very recently that I would love to share with you. There is nothing more noble, there's nothing noble about being better than your neighbor. True nobility is being better for yourself. This has challenged me to grow because 6 years ago, I was in a TEDx event just like this, and I couldn't even make it into the main hall. I was somewhere in the overflow, and I was just watching the phenomenal speakers speak, and I was wondering, I need to get here. I need to become eloquent in delivering value, communicating value to people, and impacting my world. And I thought that it's possible. And then I found a statement made by Steve Jobs. He said that the people who change the world are people who are crazy enough to believe that they can. And that is where I want to start my conversation with us this morning. What's your belief system? Mindsets are the window through which you view the world, through which you interact with the world, how you perceive things, how you understand things. What's your mindset about life? What's your mindset about people? What's your mindset about relationships? What's your mindset about the society? How do you view it? Do you embrace the growth mindset, or do you have a fixed mindset like my first speaker spoke earlier? Do you have a mindset that is adaptable to change, or do you have a mindset that is rigid and rejecting to growth and progress? True growth and elevation, just like the theme of this TEDx event, is by embracing a growth mindset. How do we grow our mindsets? 3 things. Number 1, exposure. You need to expose your mind to grow your mind. If you limit your view or your perception to what's in this room, you will never realize that there are trees, because in this room there are no trees, right? If all your experience, all your mindset is about what's in this room, your mind can never capture the possibility of trees, the beauty in trees, the beauty in birds. The way to open our mind and to grow our mind is to give it exposure. Many times when I speak about mindset and exposure, I love to share a very funny story. Growing up in the city of Yola, there were no elevators, right? At the time, 2012, 2010, thereabout, there were no elevators. So it was strange. So when I got into Abuja and I saw elevators, I said, today is today. We'll enter this elevator up and down until I become a master. But that's what exposure does. That's what exposure does. It opens our mindset to see possibilities, to see things that are not apparent to us. Number two, education. Education is different from academics, guys. Academics, I know we're in an academic environment. Academics is what happens in the classroom. But education is what happens out here in this room. You are being educated, you're receiving information. And I've learned in recent times that information alone cannot change a man. It's what you do with that information that changes you. So I call it the transformational formula, where information must meet interpretation and implementation. You must take in that information, interpret it to your context, and you implement it. That is what changes your life. And I found also in recent times, one way to improve your mindset is to embrace curiosity. Ask questions. So I was speaking with some of our speakers earlier and I began to ask, what do you do? How can we collaborate? That's how to grow your mindset, by embracing curiosity. To the young people in this room, don't just be static and not desiring change. If you want to grow your mind, you need to get exposure, you need to get education, and you need to embrace curiosity. This leads me to the subject of excellence that I believe many people in my dear city will need to hear. Excellence, the definition of excellence has changed in the recent times. It's no longer about being a master in your skill, because with the advent of AI and all of that, I don't think any of us can do things better than AI at some point, though they require human input and all of that. Definition of excellence needs to change. Definition of excellence needs to change to becoming reliable. Being a person of integrity. Being a person who keeps true to your word, because that's something that is only peculiar to the human experience. Before the Industrial Revolution, excellence could be defined by farmers who all they did was work their crops, so it's defined by hard work, or by hunters, by their skill. Then the Industrial Revolution came and people needed to go to schools to learn how to operate the machines. But now, excellence has changed form to becoming reliable. Being a person who can communicate value, who is a person of integrity, who keeps to their word, credibility. That's a new definition of excellence I try to propose to us this morning. That we're not just people who wear fancy clothes, speak polished English, and all of that. It's wonderful. But we're people of character. That is what excellence is. And we need to begin to embrace the collaborations that excellence provides, where people of like minds come together to bring about the development of our communities. Connections are important, and there are four kinds of relationships that are important in your life. You need coaches. Coaches are people who push you to grow. You need supporters, people who are just there to hold your hand and stand with you at trying times. You need critics, people who will challenge you, who will question you. They're important. All these categories of relationships and connections are important to your personal growth. And to the people in this room, we must learn to understand that to collapse time